Hello OOTP. This video is an update video to my DevLab video. I am going to specifically focus on the strength and conditioning program, as this program has a lot of people speculating it does different things. So, what do they speculate, or what do they claim? There are people that claim that the strength and conditioning program can improve running speed, pitcher stamina, and defensive range. Through all my testing, I will tell you that strength and conditioning does not improve running speed, pitcher stamina, and it does not improve defensive range. There are two ratings that an outstanding outcome will affect. As in these other claims, it wasn't because of strength and conditioning. So, what are these two ratings that get affected by the strength and conditioning outcome? For position players, it is potential power, and for pitchers, it is velocity. But Twins, how do you know? Well, let's go look at my league and how I set it up to do my testing. As you can see, I'm not using scouting. I want to know 100% of what's being changed by this program. Number 2, I disabled my player development sliders. I didn't want any of this to change during the off season. I made sure to turn on the display lab specific rating changes in completion email. This little line right here is going to tell you exactly what the programs you are using has changed on your player. OOTP put this in to take all speculations out of the equation. So if you do not have this checked, which by default is unchecked, then all you can do is speculate on what changes on your player. You might see that your defense and running all improved after your program was completed, but you're just speculating on what has changed. This simple little line right here, if you check it, it's going to specifically tell you what your DevLab programs have improved on your player. The other thing I did was set my DevLab size to 20 so that I could throw in 20 players to get as much data as I could. Now, when I started this, I started as just a regular league. I didn't change any of the players. I didn't set players to stay on my team for long periods of time. So I was bouncing around from player to player for a while. And that was probably for the first 2 years. And then I'm like, I have to fix this. I can't keep focusing on free agency, and it's just taking up time. So after a few years, I went in, adjusted all my players to be 18 years old, set them to long contracts of 15 years, and then just started my sims. Each year before I started simming the DevLab, I would click on this report button and write report to CSV. So I'd get all the data before they started the DevLab, and I used that as my baseline. And then I would take this again after the DevLab and see what's changed. And when I did that, I would compare it to who had outstanding outcomes. Not once did any position player gain running speed or defense or anything else. Same with pitchers. None of them gained stamina. I will show you that position players gain potential power rating. Unfortunately, since I lost all the other emails from before 1999, I'm unable to show you what happens to pitchers. But I did keep a record in Excel for the first 5 years. Pitchers, their velo improved. So they would get a velocity improvement if they got an outstanding rating from their program. Now, you can look at the closer here, and it says no extra boost, ? And this relief pitcher, no extra boost. Well, by the time I got to the 40th time of keeping track of all the data, I noticed that my closer already had a 98/100 mile an hour velocity. The same thing with this relief pitcher, because they had a 98 to 100 mile an hour velo as well. That's as far as your pitchers will improve with their velocity, is 98 to 100. With the pitchers that had lower velocity, they boosted just fine. So I can tell you at 100% certainty that position players with an outstanding outcome of their strength and conditioning program will get potential power, and your pitchers will get a velocity boost. But I wanted to humor what other people were claiming. So that's where we come to these emails right here, where all my pitchers are not showing any improvement to velocity. It's because I wanted to make sure that nothing else would change once velocity and potential power hit max. So I set my pitchers to 98 or higher. And as you see from those emails, it doesn't show any other boost to any other rating. It just no longer shows any boost. Now, the weird thing is with position players, I boosted every single one of them to 550 across the board for left, right, and potential. You still will get the potential power boost, even if you're already at 550. So that will never change. You'll still see that potential power rating boost. But why did I boost them like that? Again, I wanted to see if I boosted my potential power to the point to where it was maxed, would another rating come up and show it was boosted? And the answer to that was no. No other ratings showed up. The only ratings that strength and conditioning will affect is potential power rating on your position players and velocity on your pitchers. So Twins, where are these people getting these notions that strength and conditioning is improving defense and running speed? Well, like I'm guessing, first thing is they do not have this turned on. They are not getting the specific changes sent in their emails. And secondly, they probably have scouting turned on. Now, I didn't do any testing with scouts. I wanted to know 100% what was being changed by the strength and conditioning program. I didn't want anything else to skew my numbers. I wanted 100% data on what the program did. I felt that a scout would skew that data. So in the scouting emails, I'm not sure if it says anything, but you have to remember, your scout does not scout your players every single day. If you look at your players and the last time they were scouted, sometimes it's 6 months ago, and you have to try to remember that. When your scout does an updated scouting report on your players, it's going to show you everything that happened from the last time he scouted them. And if it was 6 months ago, he's going to tell you that their stamina improved by 5, their running improved by 10. They got a little bit of boost in their defensive range, but it wasn't done because of what you did in the dev lab. OOTP put in that option right here to take all the confusion out of what the dev lab does and how it affects your player. So if you do not have this display lab specific rating changes in completion email activated, then all you can do is guess on what the dev lab has done for you. And then you're going to go out and tell people wrong information. Now, I have asked for the developers to turn this on by default. I'm hoping that does become a change. If you want to turn it off for immersion, so you feel like your development lab is giving you more than what it actually does, hey, that'd be cool. But to stop all the speculations of what the dev lab does, I really feel like this needs to be a default option that is turned on. So, in conclusion, I felt that after the discussions with everybody on Reddit and seeing their speculations, that I needed to make another video on a development lab and specifically the strength and conditioning program. So I wanted to make sure that people had the right information. And that's why I felt like I needed to update from my development lab video. So with that, I will conclude my video. Please like and subscribe. If you don't agree with anything I said in this video, please comment below. Also, go check out my other videos, especially the one on the dev lab and the dev sliders. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/twins_34. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.